RCC family, welcome to Live It, your chance to live your faith during the week, to take the weekend's message and apply it and put it to practice during the week. My name's Sam, I'm one of the pastors here, and I have a few words that I'm thinking of this morning as I think about this. The first one is this, it's loco, or the second one, verrückt, or maybe you know it better as crazy. I've only learned a couple languages, just a little bit, and those words stick out. The word for crazy. Crazy, nuts, bonkers, all these different things that people sometimes drive you. And it was happening all the way back in the Bible times, all the way back in biblical times, it was already happening. Pastor Erica, she told a story this past weekend from the parables that Jesus tells, and it's about a woman who drives a guy crazy. And this is what it says. It says, there was a judge in a certain city, Jesus said, who neither feared God nor cared about people. A widow of that city came to him repeatedly saying, "Give me justice in this dispute with my enemy." The judge ignored her for a while, but finally he said to himself, "I don't fear God or care about people, but this woman is driving me loco or crazy or verrückt. I'm going to see that she gets justice because she is wearing me out with her constant requests." Then the Lord said, "Learn a lesson from this unjust judge. Even he rendered a just decision in the end. So don't you think God will surely give justice to his chosen people who cry out to him day and night? Will he keep putting them off? I tell you, he will grant justice to them quickly. But when the Son of Man returns, how many will he find on the earth who have faith?" Now, that word for me, it just never gets old, crazy, because I think we've all been there. We've had somebody who drives us a little crazy. But this woman has something going for her. She has a few things that she is doing that makes it so that even though she's driving this judge crazy, she has the right things in her back pocket. The first one is this. She knows that she has justice on her side. She knows it. She knows that what she is seeking is just. She's seeking justice. The second thing is this. She was willing to be persistent. She wasn't going to quit. She was going to keep on going until this guy had justice that he was going to be giving to her. And the third thing that she had for her, that she was going for her, was that she knew what she wanted in the end. She knew that she wanted a certain kind of justice. She wasn't just going after something crazy. She was going after a particular form of justice. So, as you think about this, I think we've all been in situations where we're pleading with God for something. We're wanting something in the end, and we're asking over and over again. And maybe you've heard this story before. You think you just got to be persistent and keep on asking. But there's a few things that we should have in our mind and in our heart and in our character as we ask God for these things. The first one is this. Are we actually looking for justice? There are a lot of things that we can be looking to God for. Is it justice that we're looking for? And when we're looking for justice, that, says Jesus, is something God is willing to be able to give to you. The second thing is this, are we willing to be persistent? Is it something we're just going to ask casually, or will we be persistent with God, asking him over and over again for this thing that we know that is right and good for us to have? And the third thing that we should ask ourselves is what does God's justice look like? Because sometimes we want something and we think it's just, but God's justice looks a little different. And so think about whether or not what you're looking for really is the kind of justice that God wants. I'm going to challenge you this week. My challenge is this. Trust God's justice. Sometimes we want our own form of justice, but trust God's justice this week. Know that he is the one who always gives the most accurate, the most right justice in the end, and he promises to give it in the end. Secondly, know that his justice is better than ours. It's so much better than ours. It completes things in a more full and complete way. And then lastly, don't be afraid to be persistent. Don't be afraid to be persistent in asking for his justice. Thanks so much for living it with me this week, and I hope that as you pursue the just things in this world and the just things in your life, you can go to God and know that he will meet you there. Have a great week, everybody.